Oh,
I don't think anybody could.
All right, no one's on right now, but it'll make a sound if
okay.
someone joins in.
Can we tell if anybody from the community's on or?
Yeah, I think they would pop up if there was viewers,
Sure.
but
Mm.
Something. I look
Yeah.
at YouTube sometimes to see how many people you be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for taking this. Minutes.
Sure.
Appreciate that. Welcome again. Kathy sent out the meeting minutes for April. I don't know if you guys had a chance to take a look at them or not, but they are a good summary for Earth Day, what we need to do for Earth Day and stuff. So
right.
I think those are all set.
Mhm.
So we can tell Kathy they can be finalized and published. So a couple things. One's monthly communication approvals. I think one of the actions that I had from last time is to see whether we needed to get approval from Tom each time we do a monthly communication on the website, or if it's just, one and done. And I guess a couple of things. One is they are working to try to get the Facebook back, so that'll be real good.
Oh, good.
So I think they're working on that. They're talking about that. I think at the next monthly meeting, they're probably going to have some more discussion on it, because I think they're working on a social media policy, I believe.
Anne and Renee explained to me when they were here chatting on Saturday. The biggest thing is that they want to have reassurance that commenting will be turned off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Just so that misinformation can't spread and cause problems.
yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it's very easy to turn commenting off on a page like that. So basically, whatever gets posted is just information sent out to the community. It's not discussion board
Yeah,
platform stuff.
yeah,
Again, with the goal of mitigating or preventing misinformation.
yeah, that'll be perfect, because that's really what we want on ours is just to put information out there, either monthly communications or information about the contest, stuff like that.
Right.
So that'll be good. And as far as the monthly communication approvals, so we actually worked out good because Tom was here for Earth Day, and I talked to him about that a little bit, and I think he's comfortable with the way we're going to do it is write up the monthly communications like Martha did the Planet Pompey one,
Yep.
or the Earth Day one. I forgot exactly the title. And Kathy's going to do one in Stormwater this month, and then they're going to, whoever does it is going to send it to me. They're going to finalize it and then send it to me, and I'll just give a quick look at it to make sure that I don't see anything controversial myself.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then we'll send it to Veronica to post.
Then you sent to Veronica.
Yeah. Or whoever does it. I guess we can figure out. One of us will send to Veronica to post, and probably the person that wrote it, I would bet.
It's Tom.
Tom Henry's the deputy supervisor.
Okay,
Then,
thank you.
yeah, it's taken over for now.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so that's good. I think that'll go smooth, and yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll have whoever writes it send it to Veronica, maybe copy me,
Oh,
and then we'll send Veronica a text too to let her know that we sent her an email similar to the contest.
Sure.
And that way, if Veronica has any questions, she can ask the author directly.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I could do it too, but this way, I guess if she has questions and how something's worded or whatever, she can work directly with the author.
Mhm.
The second thing I wanted to mention, so Earth Day was beneficial in the sense I got to talk to a lot of people. Is I talked to Leanne
Nugent,
yes, thank you.
Yep.
About Tree City USA. And oh yeah,
I brought that
you
back.
had to look at, okay.
If you want it to look through, go ahead.
I'm good, I think. I went on the website and stuff like that and looked at it. So basically Tree City USA, Evan's probably familiar with it. I don't know if you're
You
familiar.
told me a little bit about
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
And this is through Cornell?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a national thing through the Arbor Day Foundation. It's a national thing. But Cornell must be that they are the liaison for New York State. I'm not really sure. But Leanne said that she would come to one of our meetings or the board meetings to give an overview of it if we wanted to. And I said not this meeting because I knew a few people couldn't already make it. But I wonder if it'd make sense for June if we got enough people coming to June. I'm not actually gonna be here in June, but if other people are here for June, that might be a good thing. She could give a, 20-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute talk on it.
Okay.
Kathy's gonna run the June meeting, so I can ask her on that and then see if Leanne's available.
My only question is, I think we should decide who we want or how we want to potentially pass this along to the board. Because if we're gonna be the ones making the recommendation, Leanne should probably come to our meeting, so we're informed.
Yes.
Informants.
Yes,
If she said she's willing to talk directly to the board, but just to not be redundant with her time.
right, that's
She
true,
could
right,
just come to a board meeting and have it on that agenda. A
Right.
couple of us there as
Can go to the-
representatives, but she
Yeah.
can to explain it to
Yeah.
us
yes.
and them and come up.
That's a good point, yeah. And I think Tom Henry was gonna talk to the board in the next board meeting, which is. I think I forgot what Tuesday it is, the second Tuesday of the month or whatever. So I can always just give Tom a quick note and see if he wants Leanne to come to that meeting. Cause if he was gonna talk to him about it, maybe he might want. Or he might want to broach it with him first and then give further details the next meeting, so,
I think waiting till a second meeting isn't
yeah.
too delayed, it's not a
Right.
problem.
Yeah, because actually the applications go in, I think you have to apply by like starting in September and they close in November, maybe,
Yeah,
don't you think?
Late fall kind of.
Yeah, so I mean, we have quite a bit of time. It's just, I know that for us, things don't move as fast in the summer as the other times of the month. But I think it'd be a good thing, and there's 4 criteria. And the way Leanne kind of explained it is, if you click on the link or look in there, you can see them, but. They're pretty much things that we're already doing anyhow, like you have to commit to like $2 per capita for funding, but you can count a lot of things that we're already doing for that. You have to have like a point group or whatever to spearhead this, which would be the ECC. So I think the 4 criteria she kind of alluded to that there's things that we're doing that would fit into that already, so it wouldn't be adding anything new onto the town or the departments, or we just might have to keep track of some things like our time that we spend on the EPC or
Right.
things like that.
Yeah.
Now, I know, and one of the things you have to do is have an ordinance too, basically saying something about town trees, like you're gonna protect them. And Ann Christmas said she would work on writing something about that.
Yep.
So that's good. So that's one of the 4 things already there.
And Leanne has standard language for ordinances, so whatever Ann comes up with, we just need to,
Yeah, massage it to look like,
into that
yeah.
format then. Ann will have the content portion.
So, and I know as you drive by, and I can't think of a place right now, maybe favorable, but yeah, I have some of those signs, Tree City, USA, when you drive by,
Yeah.
yeah. So it'd be a nice little recognition for
So-
Poppy.
Yeah.
The ordinances, from what I understood, had to do with trees on town
Yes,
property.
yeah,
And other than that little town square up in the village between 91 and Sweet Road and,
Yeah. right in the hamlet there, yeah.
what other, is it like the right of ways along sides of roads? Like,
Right, yeah, because.
I don't know what the extent of town owned trees.
Right, that's a good question, because I don't know if those trees are the town or that's a right of way, does the town just have an easement for those?
Right,
Yeah, it's a good question,
Hmm.
I don't know.
is it technically just the trees that are here on
Around here,
town hall
yeah.
property?
Yeah,
So that's would be my question. I don't know if that's a question for the board or a question for Leanne to say, well, these are trees that would fall under your jurisdiction.
yeah,
But that was my biggest question was what kind of volume of space or number of trees are we talking
Right,
about
are we talking
referencing?
15 or 15,000.
Right.
Yeah, it could be one or the other, yeah.
But she did say the ordinance could include suggested policy for privately owned trees, like the ordinance could list invasive trees to avoid planting.
Oh,
on
right,
property,
yeah,
or
yeah.
native
I
species
think
to,
that's great.
Yeah,
but it's not all about law and regulation. The ordinance can include guidance,
right,
essentially.
Mhm.
which makes sense, like, yeah, non-invasive species, you
Yeah.
don't plant certain trees maybe under power lines or something like that
Right.
for, they're just gonna get cut down.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think that'll be, so I'm glad Leanne was here because I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
That was a good thing. That's all I had on updates. And there's no new business that I'm aware of for us to discuss. Continuing business, I was just gonna kind of go over the results. I was hoping Martha did call on it, so she could write. But she sent out the email. I think, did everybody get that email that she sent to everybody? I was just gonna look at
I'm not
one.
sure.
Yeah, I don't.
She sent it to, oh, I don't, no, she didn't. Okay. She,
Yeah, I just have the agenda.
she sent out an email to, I guess, myself, BR Way and Tom Henry. But she goes, basically another successful event. A couple things. She noted the prep doing Friday helped tremendously, she said, which I
Mhm.
agree with, help, because Saturday's busy right from the beginning, she
Yeah.
said. And it was great that the highway department helped get all the chairs out into the garage, so that was out of the way. The trees, again, they were gone by 11:45, so that was perfect
Yeah.
amount of number. We got,
Would you be able to forward me? that?
yes.
Like after,
yes,
so I
right,
don't have
right,
to write
yes,
it
don't
down?
write,
Okay,
don't write,
okay.
yes,
Thank you.
don't write anything down, I'll forward it. I'll forward it to you. The raffle was popular, so that was good.
Some of the raffle numbers real quick, I counted afterwards. Last year, and I can email this to
Oh,
you. so
okay.
just
All right.
don't worry about it. So I'm gonna send the winners to everybody so they can contact me.
Okay,
Last year we had 68 entries between the four
Oh,
raffle
okay.
prizes.
yeah,
This year we had 73.
Oh,
So
nice.
essentially on par, a
Yeah.
little bit ahead.
Yeah,
No huge changes there. The flower subscription, Bob Stanger is the winner.
oh, okay, that's right, yeah.
The Bluebird box, hey Greg.
Hey, Craig.
How goes it?
Good.
This is it?
Yeah.
Is that,
The Bluebird box winner was Bill Light.
Yeah,
The Springside Family Pass Fall Fest winner is Jessica Jacobs. And the Golf Foursome
Oh.
winner is Colleen
yeah,
Apgar.
okay,
So I was gonna put that in email to everybody, so the respective person can reach out
Perfect.
with a
Yes.
situation, tell them that.
perfect, yeah,
Fit in place.
great,
So that's just the raffle.
that's
yeah,
cool.
that's good,
And then actually just like going into the photography stuff.
yeah,
8 photos were submitted. So that was the 8 that were on the poster board. First place was, last name was Thompson. 18 votes
oh, okay,
was this one.
what, first place,
That was third place.
okay,
Second place was last name Garrett.
Oh, the lightning,
Yeah, 14
Yeah.
votes.
okay, I like that one,
yeah,
Third place,
Holy cow.
yeah.
that was cool.
yeah,
I
That's a
thought that
big
was-
vote,
yeah.
or he's close, one or the other.
And third place was Loomis.
Yay,
Oh,
With 11 votes.
Okay.
nice.
The chicken and the barn.
Yes, that's a good, that's a good picture.
Yeah, it is, yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
they were all good.
yeah, did we want Veronica to post all the submissions and then just label who the winners were? So that everyone got a little website time, or just post the 3 winners? Because they haven't been shared anywhere yet.
Right,
They just
yeah.
came out of the inbox.
I was thinking just the 3 winners, but I'm not opposed to other ideas, I mean, what do you guys all think? I mean, I'm good either way.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about posting them all, to be honest with you.
I think 8's a reasonable number.
This is for the calendar?
We just did a photo contest first.
Yeah.
Okay,
It might-
that's right,
it
I'm
might turn
sorry.
into a calendar
I'm ahead
down the
of-
road.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
yep.
Kind of our pilot here.
Right.
Yeah,
I think 8 was a relatively small enough number that everyone can get a little.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay, that sounds
Go
good,
for it.
yeah,
yeah,
that sounds good, yeah, that's
So.
good with that. Just label, put blue ribbon, red ribbon and yellow ribbon on it.
Or get creative with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, good. Do you know how many people voted on this by any chance? I took a picture of the board, I could
Oh,
probably
I
count
did
up a little.
too.
Yeah, I didn't do a
count up.
total vote count, just a.
Yeah.
oh no, I
3
took one
winners.
before we put the stickers on, so no, I
Oh.
don't have one
I
after.
don't know if I do, I think I did, but I think, just number, because the number 1 was like 18 votes or something.
18, 14, 11.
Yeah, so that's 10, 20, 30, 44 or something,
Right.
yeah, so then there was probably another 20 on the other one, so yeah, it's a good, probably similar to the number of the people that did the raffle or whatever, so, yeah, that's good. I think it was for the first year, I think that was a good.
Yeah, I think that was
Good
good.
number,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
The only question, and you and I discussed it a little bit on Saturday, what time frame do we think is reasonable, I guess, to open submissions to do a second round.
Just, yeah,
We did that for like 6 weeks.
yeah,
By the time
yeah,
we got everything set up. I don't know. If the year, like collecting for the following year is a bit long to keep track of.
yeah, yeah.
Everything. I don't know. What do
Hey,
you
but
think?
I think having a relatively short duration, 6 weeks, 8 weeks is not a bad thing because then it gets people to focus. If sometimes you have too long to do something, you think I'll do it later, or
Right,
in this way, we can advertise it and then people look at it as, oh, it's due by X date or something.
gotcha. Maybe this summer or later this summer, we'll just put out an announcement like, keep taking your photos. We will be collecting them
Yeah,
next spring.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, and if we're doing it this way where we're just kind of like posting them on the web too, we could even do a fall one maybe. And then the three best, maybe do them. I don't know, I'm just talking out loud
yeah,
there.
yeah,
We could do them multiple times, 3, 4 times, and then the three best from
Right.
each one.
yeah, we
make-
get 12, boom, there's the calendar.
Right,
Yep, that's a good idea too.
that might be a way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's pretty easy to put this out there and get some recognition, and of course, we don't want to saturate people like taking pictures and stuff too.
Right.
Like, it's like, oh, another.
or Veronica and Nikki.
Yeah. That
It's
too.
made us for
Yeah, that's true.
much traffic.
Yeah.
Right.
All of a sudden they were happy in
They're
their
both
jobs.
pretty
and-
busy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But it does seem like there's interest in it though, and
Yes,
again, with the
yeah.
first one, it takes a while for people to catch on and stuff,
Yeah.
and once we get that Facebook page back, I think
That's gonna be,
the
yeah,
numbers will go up.
absolutely. I think
So-
so too.
Well, we'll keep that on the agenda and we can talk about it like maybe in one of our summer meetings, see if we want to do a fall one or whatever and. Decide from that. So let's see, scheduling, I'm just reading Martha sent some notes of what she had, so I'm just going through some of those. The raffle was very popular, scheduling, she kind of said, we got to remember to avoid manliest is Earth Day and the Fabius Poppy school break. So, that which went well, the only conflict was party with the planet at the zoo. And they lost one vendor, I think it was the stormwater vendor, probably did the zoo instead of us.
Mhm.
Returning vendors seem to be happy, she said, so that's good. Newey this year, coffee and donuts, were popular, which I think it was pretty good.
Mhm.
Some people, it sounded like some people didn't buy because they didn't have cash.
Cash out.
Yeah, so-
Right, so we'd have to
But-
remind them.
Yeah, so I mean, because I think doing Venmo or something for $2 is kind of tough.
Right.
Maybe not.
Unless there's I thought about it actually that morning, but didn't have time to facilitate it, was even if like someone put out their personal Venmo,
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
and then at the end of the day, just
Yeah,
cash it out or,
Yeah.
you know,
that's what kind of Martha said she could do next year. I think she would just use her Venmo. She said the rock painting by Beth and Holly was a big hit,
mhm.
and it was, which I think was good. Thanks for the rocks, Craig.
they were great.
But
Well,
make sure you
perfect.
didn't bring any home.
I know.
I see they're empty, okay.
That's all you needed,
So you're
right?
telling me I gotta start working on next
I
year's
know,
right.
project?
Make them, no.
Why, you want them bigger?
No, no.
Bigger is easier, smaller is
The
tougher.
little kids were carrying them with 2 hands. I think they were big enough.
Oh, wow, these were real little kids
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Four.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, 4 to 10 maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a couple of older ones, 8 years
Hell, I
old.
make 10-year-olds come out and field
I
them
know.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
really.
send them there. They can check it out.
They pick their own rock, there you go.
Start here the weekend before.
Yeah, right.
Take out your rock.
Pick the rocks in Craig's fields. Pick as many as you want.
They're free. They were very popular.
They were,
Well, good.
Scouts Bottle Drive, there were the fair amount of donations. There were like 4 or 5 garbage bags there full.
Good.
Yeah, and photography contest voting, that was a big hit too, so that was good.
Mhm.
Tables and some signs was better this year too, so the signage, there's more signs out there and stuff. Parking and traffic flow is better, but I think it could be improved yet. And one of the things I did, I went down to look at the electronics recycling down there and stuff, and because I'm nosy, I walked through the building. There's a whole big area outside the building on the other side.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if next year, we, the ECC members and the vendors can park their cars on that side of the building.
Oh, right,
Because before anybody came, this whole parking lot was almost full between
Right.
us and the vendors.
yeah,
And maybe we all don't have to park over there, and we'd have to ask BR if that's okay. But maybe if we drive around, and I bet we could fit 10, 20 cars on the other side of the building.
The historical parking lot's empty that day. Hellish is closed on Saturday.
Is it? Yeah.
You guys have got a lot of choices.
Yeah, so that's an idea too. The one I mentioned, the Historical Society, and what, the only drawback of that is you gotta walk across Route 20 to, you know, we don't want anybody to get hurt. So,
And that's an issue.
yeah.
Go quick when you decide.
Right, especially on 20, yeah. So anyhow, we can talk about that next year. I mentioned that to Martha too, about on the other side of the building, because that's, you know, that's in the same contiguous property. We don't have to cross
No
streets or anything like
street crossing, yeah.
that, so if we could park down there, that would eliminate a lot of our cars and free up some of
But no, I
the.
think honing off at least this area, just for people to decide where to
Yeah.
going to first and not such a hanging out
Yeah,
in a parking lot per se.
and a lot of people just are out there talking. I mean, you know, because it's a little community and, you know, I talked to a lot of people I haven't seen in a while, and I think a lot of
Yeah.
people did that. You know, we did, it was a good
It was
little
nice.
gathering thing, yeah. So yeah, so it's good having the cones out there and stuff. So all in all, I think it was really successful. So that was Martha's notes. I'll send those to you guys. But yeah, I think it was really one of the best birthdays that we've had. I mean, there was a lot of people. It was more interactive. I didn't do the spin. I don't know what the spin the wheel thing was, or that wheel type.
I don't know what was on it, just I know that was determining what people took away, but I
Yeah.
don't know what was.
So it's nice to have something that's more than just a brochure you hand out.
Right.
And Leanne and Harry had those trees, the little red, they weren't redwood trees. I forgot what the name, red something.
Red maple, yeah, it was red maples.
Red, I don't think those were maples. It was.
Dawn redwood.
I don't know. I planted
Is there
some
a
red.
red spruce?
No, it wasn't a spruce. It was a deciduous tree. So, but I don't know. Dave Skevel said it's like one of the oldest trees. That and ginkgo are the oldest trees.
Oh, then it would have.
Red oak.
It would have been a dawn redwood.
Don Redwood, yeah, that sounds about it, because I knew there was red in the name, yeah. So yeah.
They're the East Coast redwoods.
Oh, okay.
Compared to, they don't get as
Wow.
huge as the West Coast ones, but
Do they take a long time? I planted mine.
they grow up kind of fast,
Actually,
actually.
will I
Yeah,
live to see it be big?
They're
probably.
called what now?
Dawn redwoods.
And they're a hardwood?
They are a deciduous needled tree, so that's almost like a larch. that-
Okay.
Okay.
That drops its needles.
Oh, in the fall and regains them
Yeah.
this time of year.
Yes,
No kidding.
yeah,
And they're, oh,
Yeah, she was giving away, yeah.
yeah, genetically, they're a very, very old, like ancient tree that hasn't.
Wow.
well, these haven't gotten them yet. It ain't gonna.
Yeah,
There's a tree we'd eat around here.
right, yeah, something that.
Good
some bugs
Lord,
might
everything, elms, ashes, but
I know, there's always something else being added to the list of.
eat. Yeah, that's,
what are we fighting now? Hemlock woolly adalgia and,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Whatever the fungus is.
I guess
on the
I'd never heard of
different
this one. I'd love to see one if you can point it out to me someday.
My mind's about this tall, so I.
No, I'm not.
It may not be as impressive as that.
That's right. I owe Paulie money. Who's taking up that collection?
There's
Yeah,
a very big one on ESF's campus in Syracuse.
Really?
Yeah.
On Syracuse University here.
Mhm.
Okay,
Huh.
okay.
Yes, Polly said the next meeting, we can pay her the next meeting, because she's not here tonight.
She's really going to Rome.
I don't know, is she going to
Yes.
Rome,
Yes.
Italy or Rome?
Italy.
Across the
She's going
pond,
to-
Rome, not
Yeah.
over here.
That could be
Good night,
I couldn't remember, she didn't
Yeah,
answer my
all
question, so, yeah.
Good for her.
Because she was in New York City, I
Oh,
think, like,
okay.
and she ran into another relative who's actually going to Greece, and she's going to
Oh, okay,
Rome, yeah.
her and
Yeah.
Ed, or,
No, her and, is
know
it
who
a
she's
friend of
going
hers?
with.
It's another woman.
oh, nice, great,
Yeah.
Gnarly,
I
kind
think it's a
of
sister or a
super
friend.
wide base.
oh,
Yeah.
good for her, yeah.
That's huge.
Yes.
Oh,
But
wow,
it's
that's
needles,
nice.
not leaves.
Right.
It's needles.
And it drops them in the.
I guess I
Oh,
gotta
that's
look at it.
cool.
It's a rough bark by the
Yeah.
looks of it.
Yeah,
I'll have to look. Are there any in Pompey?
maybe we should get a whole bunch of seedlings, well, we only got those seedlings, but that'd be a
Okay.
good one to give away. Of
Yeah.
course, I had to put a fence around mine, because I'm sure rabbits or something would eat,
Well,
like to eat
yeah.
that. So I did put a fence around mine. But,
Do those tubes work for that application or not?
I don't know.
For that one?
I don't know,
That's
this,
their leaves are like that.
almost like like a fur,
Right.
yeah.
Is it flat or is it round?
No,
Oh,
there's
it's
just-
flat.
There's two sides, a left and a right flat. side.
Okay,
They're
okay, that's
soft.
pretty distinctive.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if you touch them,
That's
they're
pretty
soft,
cool.
they won't stab you like.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Geez, I hope mine grows. I'm excited about it now.
Yeah, I learned something. Thank you.
Yeah, me too, yeah. So yeah, that's Earth Day. I think it was, I think it was a great Earth Day and,
And you had rain.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
held off until about 11.
it did,
Yeah.
yep. That wasn't bad, yeah, so that was good.
And I think having the posters about the ECC, because I talked to a couple of people about it, like they were asking, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is, the ECC
Oh,
does
okay.
this, and
Oh, good,
when
yeah.
somebody's
having
like,
the-
so are you guys all professionals? I'm like, no,
No.
I'm just a. I'm not-
Professional, Adam's not
Very-
professional.
Yeah, I know, not all of us, I am not. But-
Yeah,
She laughed.
No, it just keeps expectations.
yeah. I think we've come a long,
Yeah.
I think we've come a long way on Earth Day. I think it's really, I think, I think, Martha said that Bill like gave her a compliment, of how good he thought it was, and somebody else sent an email too that said, they were impressed with the Earth Day stuff.
Peter Wilder did.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
Peter Wilder did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for a little town, I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and it's nice with the recycling, there was a ton of people like, I don't, Teresa normally gives us the weights and the tires and all that stuff, so she'll probably still do that, but
Okay,
there was a lot of people that were going down that way too.
good.
So. That's,
I'd say that's the majority of them, but it sounds like you had a full house in here.
I mean,
Yeah.
based on the kind of numbers, we saw at least 100 families
Inside the
came
building.
through.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well,
Trees
just-
were gone like by 11:45.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so and at 5, trees, that's 100 families just for the trees, 100 times
Yeah.
5 is 500, so. That was pretty good, and maybe not everybody took trees, and I know people came after and wanted
Wanted trees,
trees, yeah,
yep, and they were
and
gone.
they were gone,
Yeah.
so. That was perfect.
Yeah, so 100 is a healthy underestimate.
Yeah, yeah,
Inside attendees anyway.
right. So, yeah, I definitely, I'm very happy with it and stuff, I think it went really well. The photography contest, we kind of went over that already. I think that went well. And I think, yeah, we'll talk about that again, one of our summer meetings or early fall to see if we want to do another one.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah.
I think the first thing we talked about was we are, without even trying, like 75% of the way qualifying to be a designated a tree city.
Casanova isn't it?
CAS
Oh, okay.
is, I think, Lafayette definitely, or Fayetteville definitely is.
Fayetteville, okay. Does it
And
cost money or just fill out
No,
paperwork?
there's 4 criteria. The first one is you have to have some type of group or committee. That would be the point of contact. This group would qualify for that. You have to have at least $2 per capita to address tree-related things. I know I'm being generic with it, but the person,
Meaning, not,
Well, even like tree trimming could count, like if the money you spend on like clearing, like the roadways or something, anything you spend on trees.
okay.
So we wouldn't really have to come up with any new money, what we do the
You
town
mean like the
budget,
money the county spent to get rid of ash
just
trees?
the town.
just the
Just
town.
the
town.
Well, they
the
did it
town-
in town area.
Right, so if the town spent money on doing that or,
Well, they're all, BR documents every tree takes down, I think.
yeah,
And $2 per capita works out to like $15,000 a year. Cause there's like 7,500 people in Pompey. So would be the target number, but also the value of volunteer time counts towards that dollar amount. So like all of our
Oh.
time on the committee,
Okay,
if we assign $1 per hour,
You get a stipend for it.
we do that. I don't know, you're right.
I-
I don't know
I
how
mean, it's
that.
public record.
Right,
Trying
yeah,
to-
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that's-
discouraging you,
Yeah,
I'm
Glad
trying to help
said-
you
I'm
there.
glad you
Yeah.
said that.
probably doesn't really equate to a lot.
Oh, you rack up all the hours you do alone here.
Yeah.
But
You're $1 an hour, you're a bargain.
I was encouraged to hear that time counted
Yep.
towards
Yeah.
that.
What
Yeah.
about people picking up trash on the side of the road?
All of
Bob?
that.
Does that count?
Yes, so
But
it'd be super easy to,
just that filling out the forms
Yes.
more than writing
Yeah.
probably an essay. and-
so that's the second thing. Third thing is you have to have some type of ordinance documented with your town that addresses how trees are handled in the town. And the ordinance could be as simple as, we have no restrictions on how trees are handled in our town. that counts.
Okay.
So just
So
something on the
you're gonna need
books.
a resolution from the town board then, and
Yeah,
Yep,
I would have, I mean, I'm saying go for it, but I guess I'd want some kind of, something in their minutes saying authorizing the ECC to
Yeah.
go for it.
Mhm.
and
I don't know enough about it. I know Kaz has bragged about it for years.
yeah,
But I don't know the details, but, I would, pretty sure if it's what I think it is, they're gonna encourage you to go for it.
the fourth thing was, you have to have an Arbor Day celebration. And our Earth Day Fest counts as the Arbor Day celebration,
Arbor Days in the fall, and
but we give up trees, so they said it counts.
oh,
So they're like.
you've done a lot of homework on this.
Well, the lady here, she was tabling here and told us all about this.
Okay.
So that's
the one that gave us the Dawn Redwoods.
Oh, okay.
She was very popular.
Yeah, she was,
She was
yeah.
here.
Very
Holy cow, is
enthusiastic.
that fine print?
Yeah.
What's the rest of the book like?
Yeah,
A
right.
little bigger, but
Not much,
Not
okay.
A young person did this.
All right.
So if we do all four of those things, I guess it qualifies the town for a lot of other new grant opportunities that require this designation.
Plus, we get the bragging rights, like you say, you get signed.
Right, yes, yeah.
Like that.
Somebody's gotta maintain the signs and,
Yeah,
Right. They supply the signs for free if you qualify this organization.
but it doesn't cost anything to get into it. No membership fee, no dues, no, okay, all right. I can get behind that.
yeah,
So I would be very interested in seeing what type of grants it qualifies us
yeah,
for.
yeah.
with that
Which would be a selling point to the town board, which I don't think they're gonna give you much resistance
Yeah.
anyways, but.
Well, and Tom Henry said he was gonna take it to the board. He was here
Oh.
Saturday too,
Okay,
at the Earth Day, so he said he would take it to the board to get their input. No, and Leanne, who's the one that provided this, said that she would come to one of our ECP meetings to discuss it if we wanted to, or the board, like we have
Okay.
the same, probably don't need to have to go to both, but at least one, either us or the board. And if the board automatically approves it, then we can just have her come to the ECC and give us more details and stuff like that. But yeah.
I guess I'm looking for a downside. I don't know enough about it, okay.
Doesn't seem to
You've
be
read the
that.
book?
Not word for word.
Okay.
But I did flip through it.
Okay.
I figured you could read it.
That
Yeah,
was-
this was gonna be your.
And then you give,
I hope there's a lot of pictures. That's the
and
case.
then you give us a clip notes the next next
Actually,
meeting.
there are.
There's no pictures.
That is enough.
Anybody read it.
Well, I'm thinking the application isn't in there, the requirements,
Yeah.
it's gonna take you time to find them, but they gotta be in there.
But Liam, was very straightforward about how. simple-
You've got her contact information?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay, all right.
So that was just the first thing we talked about before.
yeah.
Sure, why wouldn't the ECC give us a?
Right, it's right up our alley, it's what we do, So, okay, so that's Earth Day. We talked
Giving out
about,
the trees is already, wow, that's
Yeah.
hard to believe.
She was like, you
We're-
do 3 out of the 4 things. The only thing we're missing is the ordinance.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
which,
Ordinance or a resolution?
an ordinance, I think it was an ordinance, I think,
Okay, that's a little more detailed.
Yeah.
The attorney's gotta get involved, but it doesn't sound
Yeah,
complicated.
She said they provide a template.
yeah, and Christmas said they would
language.
do
Is it in
it.
there? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I
So-
mean,
You just like put in your
Yeah.
town name, change anything you don't like in it, and you can put that forward.
Yeah. So, yeah, see what else, we talked about that, May communication, Kathy's gonna write something up on stormwater,
Okay.
so. And again, if we do these on a monthly basis, or, it ends up being 5 weeks or whatever, I think, it's not like. Anybody's gonna be waiting for May 1st to have,
Great phone calls.
right, yeah,
Your newsletter.
project updates.
the newsletter gets put what, not on Facebook,
Just
but
on the website.
Just
on the website,
yeah.
okay.
And unless,
Like
unless
50, 100
unless we
people.
get a Facebook, page back, if the town of Palmer gets a Facebook page, then we'll put it in
Which
there,
I guess we're close to
yeah.
Okay,
starting
They're
again.
working on it.
okay.
Posting of, our project updates, and I just was putting down a reminder for the posting submittal process, which we kind of talked about. Whoever writes the thing, what we're gonna do is, whoever writes the monthly blurb is gonna finalize it send it to me. I talked to Tom Henry, and rather than having it sent to him every month to get his approval, I'm I'm gonna look at it, make sure there's nothing controversial in there that somebody's gonna complain about, which I think everybody knows what to write, but anyhow, I said I would do that. And then, if it all looks fine, we'll send it to Veronica to post. And whoever wrote it, we'll send to Veronica. That way, if she has any questions, she can just correspond back with that person. And then we'll, similar to the contest, we'll send Veronica a text, just say we sent her an email, so it doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
And then, she'll post it to the website. So it's kind of the same process as our contest. So which went real smooth, I think, for the photography contest and stuff. So I think we got it down now. And that was about it. Cell tower stand, that's kind of just a standing thing in case Stan has any updates. I don't expect him to give an update every month.
Right.
That's kind of all I had. Anything we want to talk about in open discussion?
As far as getting things to review from like the planning board,
Yeah,
Renee said another name that is on the planning board that I guess would be the person who sends them. It's not necessarily the chair of the planning
Yeah.
board. There's like an admin person, I guess, that handles more of that.
They
She mentioned
have their own secretary.
she mentioned it to me. I can't remember. It was a woman's name, like.
It was a woman's
Cindy
name.
or
I don't
something.
remember.
I don't remember
It
the
used to be
name.
Darla Moss and now it's.
But she said, I guess
posted
they
out
would,
there. What is her
her,
name?
her and Ann would check.
They were
on
gonna,
it
yeah, she
or
told me
whatever.
that too, because they were gonna have lunch or something or something.
And they were
gonna-
newer, so they might not have even known they're supposed to be sending
Yeah,
plans to us. So that might
that might help.
change
You get-
soon.
Yes, yeah,
But I guess it was never the chairperson's
responsibility to,
Okay.
just to do.
Well, they've
the-
got enough to do.
Right,
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
another person and I guess they're
yeah,
newer anyway, so,
that's good, that's a good
Is
point.
Renee on the board?
no.
No.
what-
She's just a community.
Oh,
Former
oh,
Renee,
right.
yeah, former
Okay, so
supervisor,
like putting,
sure. you can
Okay.
say, yeah. Or just say that we might start getting
okay,
plans again
Okay.
to review from the planning board.
Yeah,
gotcha, okay.
No, that ain't it.
Oh, you're checking mailboxes?
No, I'm thinking there's a list around here. There used to be of who's on what case.
That sounds to me.
you're right, yeah.
I'm not finding it.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Anything else, anything you wanna bring up?
I'm good. I gotta go wash calf pads.
Oh,
Well, it looked like it was gonna rain. It wasn't coming up here till I got that done.
oh, okay, yeah.
No, sorry, I'm late.
Oh,
Yeah, on Earth Day.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
can't believe the pile of tires that were out.
Was it, I didn't go back there. Was it huge?
They were estimating they were doing 6 or 7 dump trucks.
Wow.
Wow.
Successful.
And nobody could tell me where it goes or how much it costs.
I said the same,